Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is July 3rd, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1965, Japanese legend Shinya Hashimoto. And 1972, former WWF wrestler Vladimir Kozlov. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for July 3rd. Mexican wrestling legend Perro Aguayo. Alright, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for July 3rd. A super short trip in the Wayback Machine today, as we start in 1985. NWA World Tag Team Champions Ivan Koloff and Crusher Khrushchev won a $50,000 10-team battle royal. Other participants included NWA U.S. Champion Magnum TA and Manny Fernandez, the Barbarian and Superstar Billy Graham, NWA National Tag Team Champions Ole and Arn Anderson, Jimmy Valiant and Starship Eagle, Buddy Landel and Kendo Nagasaki, Dick Slater and Buzz Sawyer, Ron Bass and Buzz Taylor, Pat Tanaka and Denny Brown, and Stony Burke and Sam Houston. Moving ahead 1 year to 1986, in a match that was not recognized or revealed in North America at the time, Velvet McIntyre defeats the Fabulous Moolah for the WWF Women's title in Brisbane, Australia, ending Moolah's 5th run with the title. Sticking in 1986, the Great American Bash Tour rolled into Washington, D.C.'s RFK Stadium with a main event of the Road Warriors and Magnum TA defeating Crusher Khrushchev, Ivan, and Nikita Koloff in a steel cage match. Grabbing my flannel and going to the decade of grunge, 1991, ring announcer Gary Michael Capetta makes the first public announcement that WCW has fired Ric Flair and stripped him of the WCW World Championship at an event in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The event, which drew 5,800 fans, had a main event of Sting, WCW U.S. Champion Lex Luger, the Yellow Dog, a.k.a. Brian Pillman, and El Gante defeating Barry Windham, Nikita Koloff, Kevin Sullivan, and the One Man Gang in a War Games match. And last but not least, 1995, the Rock and Roll Express defeat PG-13 for the USWA Tag Team titles in Memphis, Tennessee. The belts had been held up after a match between the two teams on June 26th. This match would officially end PG-13's 7th title reign. Those were your super short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for July 3rd. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.